Assume that first and last are external pointers to the first and last nodes of doubly linked list. So a doubly linked list, how it looks, it has a left as well as a right. Both left link as well as a right link will be there. Yes? Yes or no? Left and right. So here we should insert it from front as well as delete it from front. Delete from front, insert from front is the condition given in the question, right? Before going to any of the program, we need to create one list structure, right? A list is nothing but a complete list, and we have to create a individual nodes there. Yes. So section A, is it audible? No, water recording ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಮರಯ್ಯ. ಎಸ್ ನೋ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಡ್ರಯ್ಯ. Yeah, sorry for the interrupt. Here a simple structure need to be created for any of the list. This we call it as one node. This is a one simple node we have created over there. Whatever the diagram written over there is a single node, right? If you want to create a list, a list is created through what? A structure. This is a one structure. Structure name we have taken it as list. A keyword is a struct. This is a known already, well known. Again, inside list we have left link and right link created. These two links are of structure only we have taken. Why? Why we have taken it as a structure only? Last class only I told. Yes. Why we have taken that link nodes as a structure? Reply fast. Yes, reply fast. No reply at all. Why? Why we have taken that a list left link and the right link as a type struct instead of integer? What is that left and right called? There is a left and right, right? This left and right. What is that left and right called? Yes, reply fast. No reply at all. Okay, fine. I'll do my work. Are you people listening or not? Okay. So this left is a link and right is a link. Since this contains the address of the other node, left link as well as right link contains the address of next node and a previous node. So default we will make that as a structure type. Okay. This type def struct a node what we have created, this node node. This is a individual complete one node what we have created here. Okay. Node star first is equal to null as well as star last is equal to null. As the question we have told, first and the last are the external pointers that need to be updated there in a doubly linked list as first and the last nodes of a DLL is a external pointers. We have created it to a null. Okay. So this is about how to create a list in a programming part. And one more part is insert front. This is the function we are using to insert a node in a front end of a list. Inserting a node at front end of a list. A simple C function to insert data at the front end of the list. Okay, so what it does, void as usual, we know that non-written data type. Insert front a function name, this node a type def we have created, alternative name for a structure we have created. Node act as a structure now, star first. As the question indicates, it has to be inserted into a first of a node. Okay, so a temporary variable created, read an item that need to be inserted. So what is the item to be inserted there? Take it as 15. So that we need to insert into the node, right? So that data we have read 15, and allocate the size dynamically. Allocating the size dynamically. So what is the dynamic memory allocation function we will use there? What is the dynamic memory allocation functions used there? Malloc, yes, correct. Somehow active. Malloc is a function we will going to use to allocate the memory dynamically for that node temp. We have taken this as a temporary node. Okay, temp data. This act as a temporary, right? A node what we have created there acts as a temporary. Temp data stores what? So the temp data stores what? Yes, answer fast. Item we have read is 15, right? What the temp data stores? Yes, 15. That 15, the value, data value, what we have read, that value will be stored in temp data. Temp right is equal to null. So this right part is equal to null, and temp left part is also equal to null. Initially, we are doing it. Okay. If first is equal to null, then increment first is equal to temp, last is equal to temp. We have to assign that first and last to the temporary variables. First and last, that is assigned it to this temporary node. If not, if not, the second part of code here, if the temp is not there, then we have to go to the next part. So here you can see this condition what is there. Temp is equal to, that is a temp right is equal to first. So take a node, consider the previous node, temp, temp, temp right is equal to first, temp left is equal to again temporary. All right. So this is about first is equal to, again we are going to assign it to a temporary variable as per the question. First and the temp should be assigned, right? So is it clear how the insertion takes place? Here the major point we need to concentrate here, how we are establishing the links for the node. So first and the foremost thing what we have done here, first we have to read the data initially. Before reading the data, we will assign both first and last node to the null. After assigning it to the null, so we have read one temporary variable item, that is some value to be stored in that list, and we assigned both a right and left of the temporary node to the null. So if the data first is null, then it contains first is equal to temp and the last is equal to temp. If not, if not, we will going to assign temp to the right, assign that temp to the right and first to the left, temp to the right of the node and first to the left of the node, that is temporary variable to the left part of the node what we have created. So then return that complete data. This is how we create a inserting the node from front end. Similarly we will be having it for rear end as well as for circular lists also. So is it clear? Is it clear how we assign the data? No reply. Have you cleared about inserting the data in the double linked list using front node? Only Prakriti, Prarthana, Harshwini, Lavanya. Yes, fine. So then we go for the delete front. How to delete the data? Parallelly, you people also keep one sheet of paper and analyze what I am explaining. So that one take it as a one sheet of paper and write the node what I created there. Same way, write down that node and analyze it. Okay. So these concepts and all we should do it parallelly. The data should be done parallelly. Should not be a one side teaching. Okay, fine. So now we'll go for a deleting a node from a front end. How we can delete a node from the front end of the list? Here, the same way, what we have taken. Delete front is a method name, that is a function name. Deleting from the first, as we told in the question, delete it from first. So we will check with the current link where the node is present. For example, some two lists are there. So consider this two linked lists we have, right? Node star current. So current is at this position, right? If first is equal to null, default, if the first node itself is a null, if the first itself is a null, so then it will print a list is empty. If first itself is a null, then it will print list is empty. If not, if not, see the else part, see the else part, assign that current into the first. Okay, first is equal to current right, establish the link. Okay, free current, Free current means if you delete this node also, okay, a link established will be connected to the next nodes, whatever that is present inside the linked list. When you free that current variable, whatever maybe that's there, it will be deleted from that list. So even though that list is deleted, it will be active. Right link is connected, and left link of that current first node what we have deleted will be the null. After deleting, it should be make it as null, right? So that's the thing we have done there. After deleting, this default made it as null in that list. Okay, so this is how we will delete the data from the list. Is it clear how to delete it? Yes. Is it clear how to delete the node from a list? So once the node is deleted, that link of that node has to be removed. So based on that, the data will be connected over there. So section A, yes. So this is about delete a node from front. So the main program here, no reply at all. I don't know what students are doing there. Let me go as for this. Okay. One simple character we have taken, insert front and delete front. One to insert the data in the front end and two for deleting from the front end. We have to read one choice, one or two. Based on that, switch case choice one, that insert first node. That is a first is nothing but a front. Insert front of a node first will be this. link will be sent it to the concerned my function. And if you want to delete it, delete the first node of that. Here the function is there, right? So here it will come for insertion, and for deletion here it will go. These two we call it as function calls. So based on the choice what you have read there, so it will be displayed. So inserting the data as well as deleting the data from the linked lists from front end of the list. So is this program cleared? Why no reply at all? Yes. Is the program cleared or not cleared? Or you want me to explain it again? Yeah. So this is about how a linked list is created. The previous classes we have explained about the how to create it. Today I have given a programming structure, how we can implement that concept we have learned it in our theory classes. Okay. So then we'll go for a next concept here. And more simple program. These are simple programs we have taken for an explanation. So still complicated programs are there. We'll go with it. Next one you can see here. Okay, next program you can see over there the C function to insert node at and rear end, front and rear end both in a circular linked list. Write down a sequence of steps that we need to follow. Circular linked list, how the data are inserted. In a circular linked list, how the data is inserted. Any idea? So this a simple circular linked list will take. The circular linked list I have asked. Is it a doubly linked list or singly linked list? Whenever we tell only a circular linked list, will it a singly linked list or doubly linked list? Yes. Section A, no answer at all. Section A can be both singly and doubly. How it is singly and doubly? So when they call it as circular linked list, generally if they ask if it is a doubly linked list, they will mention it specifically. So circular doubly linked list. It is a circular singly linked list. Okay, just have a look onto Analyze the code there based on CLL. Structure here as we have a struct list what a list contains what one data and one link field. A simple one list which contains data so a data and one link field. It's a singly linked list. This we call it as circular singly linked list. While implementing, a list should contain a nodes, right? This is a node 1. This is a node 1, node 2, node 3. Simply three nodes we have considered, three nodes in the list here. So each node will contain one data item and a link which contains the address of next node there, right? So for that purpose, we have made it as a type struct only for the link also. So type def struct and node one variable created here. Can you see that type def struct node? That variable is nothing but what? What is that node we call it as? Yes. What is that node variable type? Is it integer or a character? That node type, is it integer or a character? Fast replying. Almost morning classes only people are sleeping like this. How would it be with the afternoon classes? As just node of type what? Previous program also I explained it. Right? Node of type what? Analyze and tell me. What is the data type of that node? Star node we have created, right? What is the data type for that? Many a times I explained. That's why I gave a time to analyze. Struct. Only one or two will answer there. What about other students? So the node is of type structure. Since we are connecting it to the next links over there, that we have made it as a structure type. Okay. So node head sends a function to insert a node at front and rear end in a CLL. It should be inserted through front as well as through rear in a CLL. That is a circular linked list there. Okay. So inserting through front end through a head of the node. So that head of the node is created there. So based on that, node insert front end. So similarly as usual, the previous insertion what we have done, the same way we have to insert it here. So insertion through front end as usual, the first node, just a minute. Yes. So inserting through a front end node head node star temp, as I told, one temporary we will be taking. This will wait it as a temporary variable. Okay. First in the list we will take it as a temporary read item as usual. We will read some 25 as a data item for that list. What is this temp? So there is one statement here. What is this statement called? temp node star temp node star malloc of size of node. What is that statement indicate? Reply fast. What is that statement indicate? Yes. Temp is equal to node star malloc of size of. What that statement indicates? Section A. Not at all replying. I don't know what you people are doing there. Dynamic allocation of memory to that. What? Dynamic allocation. Dynamic memory allocation at temp. Okay, correct. Some students are active. Okay, can't do anything. Fine. So that is about node inserting. So node inserting at front end. So after allocating the memory, temp data, the item we have read here is 25. That 25 will be allocated to that temp data variable there. The temp link what we have created, that link should be a null. When you are initializing it in a first time data, it should be a null. Okay. So if head of the data is null, then assign that temporary to the head. So this head will act as a temporary now. Okay. So if not, if that head is not equal to null, if already it has some data, so when you are inserting first time only, that will be null. So then we have to insert it for a temporary. If not, we'll go to the temp link to the head is equal to temp and return to the next node what we are while inserting the data, we need to connect it from the second time insertion onwards. Similarly, we'll do it for we do it for rear end insertion. Insert the data through the rear end of a list. How it is possible? So node current and node temp are the two. Node temp, as usual, we will know that it's used for a temporary. What is that current used there? What do you mean by that current used over there? Yes, you can see here. The same way, at the end of the list, it's array. We're going to insert the data. These three statements will remain the same as usual. So here, while head, we have to assign it to the current variable, that is the current link. Current link is not equal to head. Then you assign the current is equal to current link. Then we're going to connect it to the next link. There is a CLL. Insert it from a rear. So the same process will be followed. So establishing the link to the temporary variables. Okay. Then temp link to the head. So a major part, difference between these two we need to identify here is assigning the data from the rear end. There are statements you can see here that need to be assigned it to the current. After assigning it to the current, that head node, then the link will be established for that concerned current link. Then you have to establish the data item. Then return that concerned temporary link. So this both the parts is doing a insertion only. Here in the both the parts we are inserting the data only, not deleting any data. No, CLL, see circular single linked list. In the circular single linked list, we are inserting the data from both front end as well as from a rear end, similarly to the main function what it contains. So same like a previous one, there we were having a insert and delete. Here both insert only, one from the front end and another one from the rear end. If you're taken a case choice one, so case labels is integers or there. So one, it will insert head function will be called insert front. If you have selected the choice two, it will going to select the insert rear function. If not, a zero. A main function remains the same for both the programs. Just a small change there. There we are deleting the data. Here we are inserting both. That's a major change. We have to check it over here. Okay. So this is about a single linked list.
ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಮ್ಯೂಟಲ್ಲಿ ಇತ್ತಾ ಇದು? Cancel attendance. Everyone type your numbers. Lesson 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. One, what are you doing, man? 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 40, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 48 absent, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55,